Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Just another episode ahead of us. Some new news. Unfortunately, Tay again this week will not be able to join us due to sickness. Uh, Hope you have a good recovery while we move. So that's it. Let's start our episode. This week has been really full of news. Some quite of bearish market or actually a bullish market in what's happening. So if you are on a safe side, do make sure that your investments are always protected. There was some news about some fraud. As usual, we'd like to start with fraud so that you are protected as much as possible. So make sure to always protect your identity, protect your account. Don't leave anything on hot exchanges so that it won't get stolen. Hot exchanges, not just Binance, KuCoin, and many others. Also, it means on the NFT side, uh, different things, so that you are always updated with what's happening and always updated with how algorithms works and how bad sometimes management works, such as MetaMask or Coinbase NFT wallet. Those are also assets, digital assets that you can move to your offline or non-custodial wallet, let's say. So without further ado, this month's events has been concluded for us. As of yesterday, there was Global Blockchain Congress. So it was done successfully. So we're happy about this. And don't forget about Second MENA Windows. Second MENA Top 25 Women in FinTech and Blockchain and AI. We're still looking. The results will be as of February. So stay tuned to understand more so that you don't, because we want more women, more leading women in the space to inspire other women. So, with our first news, we will start with the Chinese government and what's happening on the Chinese state, where today they proclaimed that the Chinese government plans to uh, enable its blockchain-based identity verification, and this is where things of blockchain applications are taking use cases, and this is where we see the Chinese Ministry of Public Security plans trying to roll out a new blockchain-based called Real DID to really verify the names of identities of its citizens, noting that in China they have WeChat and so many other applications, but WeChat is the X application or the powerful application where similarly Elon Musk is trying to do. We can transact, you can transfer money, you can chat, you can do video calls. You have it had the COVID green passes also inside, so everything is built in. And now they want to transfer the identity, which will be linked later on, definitely for the ID for the application itself under blockchain. Noting that CBDC is also another project that they have or maybe advanced in a lot in terms of retail and non-retail business. So let's see what happens. They will have multiple use cases. They will be checking renames confirmation, personal data encryption protection, certification of data, private logins, business identities. Also, the companies on this can benefit personal identification, certificate services, and information vouchers. So, as you can see, anything related to the identity or even company registration will be part of this. So we'll move to our second news, which is Department of Justice. The U.S. Department of Justice charged two men for operating 25 million AI crypto Ponzi scheme or fraud. And we're gonna be seeing more and more of those scenarios because it's really the world is growing. SEC is moving in. Department of Justice is also moving in. Anything related to its citizen is being actually protected and beyond. So this is where David Gilbert from Australia and Vincent Anthony from California, they allegedly operated a fraudulent scheme by promising investors to employ artificial intelligence AI trading bots to trade victims' funds in crypto. So we've seen this all over. We've seen this with Binance's. We've seen this with other applications. We've seen this with me personally being attacked on impersonation, that you transfer your money to an application, whatever is the application, you are promised by this interface or the people by money, and then you actually go to the application or the platform and you see your money actually growing, but in reality, come and withdraw, you will find nothing. So always be careful of such, I would say, preliminary or basic attacks, but those attacks are getting more and more companies or people falling into this. And we move to our third news, which is the Swiss city Lugano to accept Bitcoin for tax payments, spotlight on borrow finance pre-sale. So now we're seeing cities taking care of such technologies, moving into the crypto world and accepting Bitcoin for tax payments. So this is more and more adoption. We've seen cities worldwide accepting similar payments also in taxation, and that's amazing. So we're seeing adoption as we move. So this is the reality of things. Bitcoin is being accepted in governments. Bitcoin is being accepted more and more in transactions, and it's becoming the go-to crypto. I'm not gonna say security or asset, crypto transaction or crypto favorite way of paying or crypto favorite way of transacting on the space of the internet. So that's far very good thing for city of Lugano. We hope to see more and more such use cases. And we'll move to Nasdaq. Nasdaq has been there trying to repurpose crypto tech to develop the carbon market, and we know how hot is the carbon market at this point of time, especially that COP28 just concluded in UAE, and then most of the talks are about carbon markets. Most of the talks is about carbon taxation. So everything you do will be calculated in terms of carbon. If you travel today, you look on your travel ticket, you will see how much carbon you have utilized in your trip. And more, we will be seeing enforcement of such carbon footprints moving forward. Now, unfortunately, Nasdaq has tried to have, for example, later on for the futures or for their own technologies to go and venture into, similarly to Coinbase, to become custodian of this technology, of the future of Bitcoins, and creating more transactions, but they didn't complete the project. So now all of this technology will be repurposed to help the carbon markets. So let's see how it will shed in this space. It's really interesting news. Maybe it's on the environmental side, and this is where we're seeing things has moved, not just financials. And that's what I'd like it to see, because every time we talk about blockchain, the first question is about, are we winning or are we losing? What's the price of Bitcoin? It's way beyond Bitcoin. Now we'll move into what's happening in the world of fame and glitter, if you want. Last year, in October, Cristiano Ronaldo did the campaign for Binance as NFTs for Binance. It's called CR7 collection, non-fungible tokens, where you could have purchased from $10 to $500, if I'm not mistaken. And now we see them because of what happened also with Binance fining CZ and the company itself. They are approaching more and more famous people promoting Bitcoins. And we've seen previously, this is not the first time, we've seen previously other people. We have also a YouTube channel, which was shut down last month also because of this, trying to claim crypto money in terms of promoting unregulated. That's the whole problem. it's unregulated, he hasn't paid taxes on, so they will actually chase him. So we're seeing those scenarios more and more being forward and pushed now. Before there were none abiding regulations. Still, the regulations is not clear, by the way, and this is what the CEO of Coinbase has asked the SEC to clear this before the scene of crypto is dead in the US. So now they are fining Cristiano Ronaldo tomorrow. Who will they fine? Why they will fine them? They don't know. So now they're moving on a very ad hoc base as long there's no regulation. So we are pushed and pushing them to issue some regulation so it makes it a standard. So we know what's the standard. Unfortunately, today it's very lost. It's very ad hoc, and we're waiting for SEC to push one on one. So let's see how this Cristiano Ronaldo case or suit will be, coming. What's going to happen? Is he going to pay $1 billion or not? Is there going to be a deal, or is there going to be something different? Let's wait and see. How will this, they are taxing him or fining him in the US, but what was his operation in the US? This will unfold, of course, with with law enforcement and lawyers. So we have to really wait and see how all of this is really coming up. So with that, I'd like to say thank you for all of you who attended this. Hope you have a good recovery. I'll take questions if there's any, or otherwise I will be saying thank you. Be having a week episode on the 20th. So make sure to attend, because the following week will be our last one on the 27th for this year, which after it, we will be taking a break as usual for the month of January. So always try to make sure that you are updated of what's happening. Make sure you are safe in trading, and how you manage your finances. Especially now, we're seeing more and more attacks on personal aspects or whatever. So if you have any questions, I'll be waiting for a minute. Otherwise, we'll definitely see you next week. Thank you, Lama, for your comment. Amazing. It is amazing because of you. It's a festive season this year. So let's see what happens. And then hopefully, this is really happy. I'm happy about this as we move forward. So, Bob, thank you. See you next week. Definitely. This is from us to you. We'll see you next week on a major news update of what the markets are. With that, let me say, have a good week.